with you afterwards.
It's very true.
Yes, yes.
Or you could be like where I'm currently at, where like bring them in at a really high level and then don't ever give them any opportunity for advancement and be like, we don't want you to advance
Right. You applied to this position. You should be happy there forever.
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 For those of you who don't know, this is hold on. I gotta
This is the sarcasm section of our
No,
podcast.
no, no. The forever quote is from a wonderful movie called The Sandlot, and it is amazing and one of the best movies ever made. And um, yeah, it's just like absolutely phenomenal. And I remember growing up in the '90s, whenever we would have whenever we would get to this time of year, which is close to the end of the year, school year, everybody would show the Sandlot. All the teachers, because they finished everything, they don't have anything left to show in their, or they don't have anything left in their curriculum. Everybody would be sitting there like, oh, you know what? I'm going to show a movie. And so they show a movie. And usually it was a Sandlot. So all of us 90 kids got to watch it 100 million times, and we all loved it every single time. It didn't matter. We were always like, this is awesome.
Right.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. It was a great, and it was a good, it is a good movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. I probably should. Hold on. When was it
You
made? I want to
should,
say
man.
early 90s. 93. It was made in 93. It's so funny how some
Oh, time
movies,
goes by.
so do you know the movie Beverly Hills Cop?
Oh, yeah, that was like, seriously, were you born when that came out?
No, I wasn't. And
Okay.
there's a reason why I'm going to say I'm bringing it up, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now you gotta explain why you're bringing out antique movies that are from your grandparents' generation.
My grandparents, please. That would be like my older
Youngin.
brother's generation. Uh, the reason why I'm bringing up Beverly Hills Cop is because it was made 40 years ago this year. Like it came out in 1984. Um, and that's like, it is absolutely, it's a great movie. But part of the reason why I bring it up is that one of the things that I don't think we quite realize is just how big certain movie stars were. Eddie Murphy was huge in the 80s. Mel Gibson was huge in the 80s. Harrison Ford was huge in the 80s and 90s. And here we are, like in 2024, and they're completely forgotten actors and actresses, and we don't remember any of them because of that. And it's kind of the same thing with a lot of the older ones. I mean, sure, you might know who Laurence Olivier is because of just the name, but you probably haven't seen a movie with him in it. Most people definitely, I would say that when it comes to name recognition, some of them would be like Marlon Brando, but mainly because of because of The Godfather. Most people have seen and remember The Godfather. Um, but I also would bet that a lot of people nowadays don't remember The Godfather and so don't
Oh,
recognize Marlon Brando.
impossible.
But then but like The Godfather is famous, but I would say like what's even more famous and more beloved is Casablanca with Marlon Brando. And like that is just like the Casablanca is a perfect movie. It is so hard to pick apart that movie. It's just like it's one of those movies that you watch it and you're just enthralled by with it every step of the way. um then there's and then other name recognition like Julie Garland. Everybody should recognize who Judy Garland is because of The Wizard of Oz. but they don't recognize her for any of her other roles and such that they did. And so it's just interesting to think about how fleeting that fame is. So right now, Timothy Chalamet tends to be one of the top name actors right now, but give it another 10 years and people are going to completely forget who he is. They're not really going to remember him. Um, that's yeah. So
Yeah, that's how the ball
interesting.
bounces.
Yep. Unfortunately for everybody, I
Mhm.
mean, it would be nice if we could, get some fame and like be able to hold on to it. But you know what? Oh well, and it's not.
So this is going to probably upset the feminists,
Oh,
right? That
who
don't want to
cares?
have children. But probably the only real way to have lasting fame in the world that's really symbolic based off of not being a prostitute for a short term is
Mm, okay.
is to create generations.
True. Very true.
So the ability to, and only women can do this, unfortunately. So my call is to those feminists out there and to those birthing men to go out there and go and
No,
produce
you can't
children.
say birthing men. It's birthing people.
Oh, so what do you call a woman that pretends to be a man?
Birthing people.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to skip that one. So I'm going to say those women and those confused women then that
That's a good one.
I got canceled. So yeah, go out there. Okay, birthing people. Go out there, experience life, do your crazy shit, come back to God, repent, have some fun, right? Learn what it is to do crazy shit, and it's for you people who've done that feel like you can never get back to God. Realize that in the Bible, I think it says it like two times, or something similar to this two times, that the angels repent more for somebody who repented and came back to God than they do for somebody who died a perfect life, except for
Mm-hmm.
Christ.
Yep.
It's a bit of a paraphrasing
True.
because the
It
actual
is.
message is a little bit rough, but
Yep.
the modern version of that is toned down to be kind.
You can try and yeah. I mean, you can try to tone it down, but I'll be honest with you, it's never gonna tone down.
Yeah, yeah. I find I do way better when I'm just a.
Yeah, exactly. In in all reality, it's like, what's the point of turning it down? It's kind of along the lines of everything is racist. So what's the point of not being racist?
Oh,
Now, granted, I can make an argument for not being racist, but the when you are sitting there and you are saying and calling everybody this horrible, like everybody a deplorable because of things that they do, they're kind of going to just sit there and be like, what's the point of me trying to listen and appease you when everything I do is you are going to denounce? I might as well just do what I want because you are denouncing it.
I
um,
think you're right, and I think Hillary really had something about that, right? And one of the
I'm
lessons we
waiting.
learned from Hillary is that the more extreme you are and the mass murderer you are, if you can use words to make everybody else sound terrible and feel bad about themselves, then you can suddenly automatically feel better about yourself being a psychotic.
Hmm, hmm. Yep.
That's what I learned from Hillary, and I thank her in spades for everything she taught me. And Lucifer,
She's
I thank him too because he taught her a lot.
Hillary is a wonderful teacher, and Lucifer. I mean, everybody fails in comparison.
You know,
I'm just waiting right now for the
they
lightning
really
bolt
beat
to
us
come
by
and strike us
experience.
down. Ooh, that is actually a really good point.
We
You
can
made a good.
try and we can try. Um, Crowley, right? His last message to the world was, "Oh fuck, I was wrong." What did that? Right? How do we
Yeah.
not take that to heart and say, "I wish I was
Yeah.
more like that"?
But do you know Rules for Radicals? It was written by, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember his
Lucifer.
name. Oh dear.
What's it called again? Rules
Rules
for
for
Radicals?
Rad. Yeah, hold on. Saul Alinsky.
Yep.
Um, so he in the
The
first,
cheapest on Amazon for Europe is Rules for Radical. It's like $16. Every other book I try to buy is $30.
wow, wow.
It's awesome.
So in that one, in the first iteration of that book, in he th- he thanked Satan
Yes.
for it.
Yeah, it's in his acknowledgement.
Yeah,
"Thank you,
yep,
Satan." Or,
yep,
"Yes, we can."
yep.
Have you know what I'm referencing, right?
Yes, I do.
When you play
Yes, I
this
do.
backwards? I'm not gonna say this name out loud, right? Because, I might be canceled, but everybody who knows, knows.
So anyway, this
What a
is
fun
the
introduction for things that should stay behind never existing on the internet in the first place.
well, you know what? At least we haven't proved Godwin's law yet.
Yeah, yeah. We call that the rapture.
How are you doing?
Good, good. After an introduction like this,
Oh,
where to
thank
go?
goodness. Thank God it's behind the paywall.
Yeah, thank God we're still on episode 13 and almost everything we said has not been made public.
Yeah, that's true. Oh God. I don't like thinking about that.
Yeah, yeah, no, my task for my assistant next week is last week was to take all the podcasts and download them to the drive. This week is going to put them on frame.io. Yes, that's a plug. No, they don't
Yeah.
pay me. Fucking it's great, right? And then go through the timelines and put comments and recognize try to put where she thinks the the three phases should be, right? The two dividers should be.
Yeah.
And because my assistant, it's just like a girl I'm in love with, right? Not actually in love with, but she's so
Ah!
cute. She's pregnant. She's a mother. She's Philippine.
Oh,
She's
good for
married, right?
her.
So sweet little girl, right? Like
So she's
it could be my daughter, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. That's pretty awesome. That's cool
Right?
to have.
And that's how unfortunately how I deal with most girls. Is it my daughter? Is it could it be my mother or grandmother, right? Is it from that generation? Could it be my daughter or is it my wife?
Ooh.
Right? And that "Is it my wife" is so easy.
When I so one of my friends, he and his wife just found out she's pregnant.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
yeah, I'm like, hey, good job, finally. Because
Finally.
I've been bugging him about it for a year now. Like, when are you getting
Nice.
pregnant? When is she like when are you putting a baby in her? Basically, is what I
Yes,
kept bugging him
and
about.
her grandparents and mother
Well,
is
so
like,
what's even crazier is that they've been married for 10 plus years. And I'm
"Oh,
just
she's
like,
about to go out of the
dude,
stage. She's about to
well,
miss the window."
they got married they got married young, which
Okay,
I
like
applaud them for.
I recommend 12?
Yes, no. 21.
Okay, see, yeah, the woman's old now.
But well, yeah, exactly. So I'm like, dude, you two have been married for a long time, and how is it that you do not have kids? That was basically my whole thing. He's like, oh well, blah blah. He gave all these excuses and stuff. I'm like, have a kid. It was
You're nice. I'm
hilarious to
like, "I
me.
don't get it."
He was having like he was showing me something that he had bought recently. He's like, oh, I bought this. I'm like, dude, you need a kid.
Yes.
Because he was spending his money on something that I'm like, you don't need. If you are spending your money on something that you just absolutely do not need, like that, you need to have a kid because
Yeah.
you need to put your energy towards something because you are putting your energy towards something that's just like
Did he
it's
buy a fishing pole?
no, no, no. It was not a fishing pole. It
Okay.
was.
The guy
Something
buying the
else.
fishing pole is proverbially like my wife and her menopause.
One of my old youth pastors years and years ago, he wanted to. I don't know why people do this. Personally, I really don't. I have no desire to it. He wanted to video record his wife giving birth to their first child. I personally, to me, I'm like, why do you want a video of your wife screaming and yelling and cussing you out?
There's not that much of that actually.
It kind of depends upon the. I think it
No,
depends
yeah,
upon
but
the.
I mean, she needs an excuse. He needs to find better ways to provide that excuse than getting her pregnant.
Yeah.
Just to say,
Anyway, that's true. Anyway,
I record all my kids' births, by the way,
I I don't understand
largely
that.
because help prevent malpractice.
Okay, I can understand that reasoning, but this guy was not doing it for that reasoning. So the doctor, he's getting ready to like the video record and everything. So the doctor turns to him and says, "Sit down." He's like, "What?" She's like, "Sit down." He's like, "No, but I need to record this. I want to record this." And she's like, "No, no, no. You don't understand. I've had too many fathers, first time fathers."
That's out.
Yes, yes, you knew where it was going.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
she's like,
Yes.
"Sit your
Sit your
butt
ass down
down."
and then record.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he
yeah, it
did.
can happen, right? There's a lot of
Yeah,
blood, it's messy, it's gooey.
it's yeah.
It's not like any kind of a sexy experience before.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, it is. Whew. I remember one of the best birth. I think that one of the best birth control videos I was ever shown in my high school was of a woman giving birth, and
Good for
every
you.
single girl in the classroom was like, "I am not having sex again.
She looks to the left, she looks to the right, she's like, "Mm-mm,
We're done."
done. Changed my mind."
I I was like, "Okay, that works. If that's what gets you to not do something you shouldn't."
Yeah, yeah. I think that's cool. There's the reality is a powerful motivator.
It is. Yeah. It's definitely yeah, it's powerful. So alrighty. No, but that's cool. Thank you. That would be great with your assistant. That's awesome.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
other
at
big
least
thing.
that.
Well, does frame.io also remove any swearing?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I gotta look into it.
I wonder if I can pull frame.io up on my
Check it out.
work
Check it out.
computer. Nope, restricted. Darn it.
Stupid work computers.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of it I think is just I understand the reason why, but I'm also kind of like, whatever, I don't care. So
Not my problem.
yeah, whatever. I mean, I've got my personal computer over here, so if I want to, I can do it. So, alrighty, dude. Are you ready to get this going?
Let's get this party rolling.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Oh
Oh,
well.
by the
Are
way,
you sick, dude? Are you dying?
no, no, I'm. It's been my
This is the
allergy.
book you didn't want to read and you're going to because you love your client so much.
We'll rewind that for a moment. Hold on. We'll put a pin in that. No, it's not. It's not that I was sick. It was my allergies. They've been
Ah,
like really, really bad this year, and so like it started in my chest and then moved up to my sinuses, and then it's moved from my sinuses back into my chest, and now I'm like at the last little bit of it. So
nice.
over the next week, it's all going to go away.
Oh,
Basically,
good for you.
it's like,
I had to go
oh
on
my gosh.
antibiotics because my lungs look like marbles, I guess. Marble.
Ugh. My mom kept telling me, "You should go to the doctor. You should go to the doctor." I'm like, "No, mom. I know everything looks normal. It looks like normal allergies, mom. This is not a reason to go to the doctor." So yeah.
You have
Anyway,
insurance. You should go get checked on. Make sure it's okay, dear.
no.
I don't want my friends to die painfully without me.
Would you like to die painfully with them?
Yes,
Okay.
this builds bonds.
I
What do you
mean,
think hell is
bonds
for?
into eternity.
No, no, afterwards, they're going to hell and I'm going to somewhere else, so that's a different problem. I mean, I did say a lot of my friends are from Pakistan,
Okay, okay, you got me there. You got
which
me
I
there.
love dearly.
You got me there. No, this is a fun little book. Look at those little dolls.
They're
Those
so kinda
knitted
cute.
dolls.
They're
Yeah,
little bitty dolls.
yeah. I'm gonna try making them. We'll see.
Good for
I
you.
don't know.
You should make crazy shit like
It,
that.
dude, it's fun, but it's also hard because it's really tiny, and my hands.
You gotta have a special kind of patience. The,
Yes, I
and,
agree.
it makes sense that, a developer would have this kind of patience. I just
I'm
wish I did.
listening.
No, yeah, no, I don't. I'm missing that kind of particular genetics.
I It's funny. Sometimes sometimes I think I have a little bit of ADD, ADHD in me. Although I don't necessarily. I think a lot of it because like I will end up fixating on something that I really enjoy for a long time,
We
and
could call that focus.
well, so that is true. But part of the reason why I say ADD, ADHD is like when I'm not fixating on something, I'm jumping from thing to thing to thing.
Mhm.
Um, but to be honest with you, I don't really think that's the case. That is ADD, ADHD for me. I think it's just I have allowed myself to the the vice of jumping from thing to thing to thing. So.